I just got back from the gym and I need to prepare my house for some guests that are coming. So, you want to join me? Go! So here's the scoop. We just said goodbye to my fiance's mom, my soon-to-be mother-in-law, after just about a month-long stay in our sweet little Venice bungalow. And now we are preparing for the arrival of my closest childhood friend. She's going to stay with us for about a week. She arrives in 3 days. We just said goodbye to my mother-in-law yesterday, so it's a quick turnaround. And then right after my friend leaves, we have more close friends coming to stay with us from Philadelphia for a week. And then right after they leave, we have my parents coming to see us for about a week. All in all, this year is really shaping up to be the year of playing hostess. And I want to do it well. I want to be the hostess with the mostest, or close to the mostest. I want to be the hostess with a lot. While playing host can feel stressful at times, it can feel like a lot of work even just to get your space ready to do it, I do think it's worth it. Personally for me, it's coming at a really great time. I was honestly feeling a little bit isolated in 2023. It wasn't my most social year of all time. I watched a lot of friends leave LA during the pandemic, and I myself had only moved to LA shortly before the pandemic had begun. And I really felt the effects of that in 2023 when things were completely open again and life felt more or less normal, except for the fact that I didn't have that community that I used to have surrounding me. And I missed it. I felt lonely at times, I'm not gonna lie to you. With our wedding coming up in August, my fiance and I are getting married in Greece in August. It just felt like such great timing for his mom to come out and stay with us. My fiance and I have only been dating for about 2.5 years. So I've only met his mom twice, and both were pretty brief encounters. This month-long stay she just had with us was definitely full of quality time, and it was wonderful. I am so glad that we were able to make that happen. Having all these visitors come out, her and some of my closest friends and my own family, it's just really putting me in the mood for the wedding. I feel like I'm extending the wedding by having all this quality time with people that I love. I definitely want to extend the loving feeling back to them by making an intentional space for them in my house, a space where they can feel, I don't know, cared for and comfortable and loved. I want to extend the love. So today I'm going to share with you the ideas that I implemented to hopefully make my guests feel welcome, cozy, and comfortable in our lovely little bungalow so that they have a really nice stay with us. Alright, I gotta fold a fitted sheet, and that is not an easy task, so meet back in 20 minutes.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome to the guest room. So I have a couple priorities that I like to prioritize. I think that's the definition of a priority, things that you prioritize. So I have a couple things that I prioritize in order to get my house ready for guests. The first one is to make sure that my guests have a space that feels comfortable and organized and all their own. Now, before we moved into this house and I had a home with a room that could be used as a guest room, I did not have the ability to give them a space that was all their own. I had a 1-bedroom apartment, and I would try to make the living room area, which was just like the rest of the apartment, feel like it was private and comfortable and had thought put into it. And I think the biggest key for me is just making sure that I'm being thoughtful and I'm thinking about things as though I am the guest. Essentially, I will walk in to the space and just sort of feel what it would be like if I was arriving and this was going to be my space to live. Wow. Hopefully the feeling is that it's a great setup and I'm going to have an amazing trip. Hopefully that's the first impression. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is lovely. I can't wait to just stretch out, and enjoy my space. That's the reaction I want in an ideal world. I've thought about it a lot. Since we moved into the house, this room was this weird, like, dual office guest room slash let's just put anything that we don't know where it belongs into this room for now. However, knowing that we had so many guests coming, we decided to turn this room into a proper guest room with no other function, just for guests. I will put a small caveat and say that my fiance uses this closet. We have 2 of these closets in the house, one in the master, one here. He uses this one, I use the other one. It works out for us. So we don't have a closet for the guests. However, I have other strategies for the guests for where they can put their stuff and how they can feel organized while they're living in my home.
This from my couch surfing kings. Yo, baby, what's up? I wrote you a song.
A couple of ways that I plan to have storage for the guests, and yes, I know I need to make the bed. This will happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Is through these nightstands that we bought from IKEA and built. They both have 2 drawers because yes, there are 2 of them. And also through a storage bed frame. Check out our janky guest bed. The mattress is new and very nice. However, the bed frame is very ugly. It's just a basic metal bed frame on a box spring, and I would really love to get a proper bed frame because I think it'll make the space look a lot prettier, but also because you can buy a storage bed frame, I've learned, and that will add more storage to the space, and I think that that would be fantastic. I would love for guests to have places to unpack fully, especially if they have a longer stay than, say, a long weekend. I ordered this bed from Joss & Main expecting it to be similar to IKEA's quality, and it was not even close. It smelled like cancer in a box, and the wood was, I don't know, I don't even know if it was wood. It was so cheap, it was full of cracks and dents. I would be afraid that if I just fell on the bed, it might break. So yeah, that had to be returned immediately, and it came in 3 massive boxes, all that weighed like over 100 pounds. It was just so not worth it. I did get a refund though, and it's gone, it's out of my house. However, my mother-in-law did not have a bed frame. She just had a box spring and a nice mattress. She's chill, she didn't care, but I cared. I really cared. IKEA was the way to go. You live and learn, and hopefully you just learned and you don't have to live it. Now, if you live in a really small space and you cannot give your guests a place to unpack, a trick that I love is adding a luggage stand, like a hotel would give you. A luggage stand is just a place to put your bag so that it's not on the floor. I don't know about you, but if I leave my suitcase on the floor and I don't unpack it, my suitcase will throw up on the floor and everything will end up everywhere, and it's a mess and it's disorganized and it makes me feel crazy. This is just a little touch. It's not too expensive. You can get these for like $20 on Amazon. I like this one because it's wood. So even though this isn't really a decorative piece, it's not so utilitarian looking. It doesn't look so industrial. I think the wood gives it like a warm touch, which I just happen to like. As somebody who grew up with a lot of chronic illnesses and just a lot of things were going wrong in my body, and I was very uncomfortable very often. I know that when I was traveling, whether it was with my family or whatever, I really appreciated the little things that help you feel comfortable. Just little touches. They don't have to be super expensive or super complicated. It's just thinking about the small things, which could be something as simple as a nightstand, or as I like to call them, the bed for your phone. Because it is important to have a place to put your phone when you're going to bed. I like to read or watch YouTube before I go to sleep. So I need my phone like plugged in front of my face, and then I need somewhere to set it as soon as I fall asleep. And then hopefully to grab as soon as the alarm goes off. So I need a nightstand. I didn't have nightstands because this room used to be full of stuff. So now there are nightstands. There are 2 nightstands. It's a beautiful thing. On the nightstand itself, I have this little dish, which I think would be really nice to just put jewelry or anything you don't want to get lost on the nightstand or fall onto the floor. Also, a copy of this book. I don't know if you can tell, but that is me on the cover. This was one of my first Hollywood gigs. I don't really know if this was Hollywood, but it was one of my first LA gigs, was to model for a romance novel book cover. The day before the shoot, I hurt my back deadlifting, which I had never done before, and the next day I could not move. My fiance actually came to my apartment and lifted me out of bed. He did that for like the next 4 days until I could get out of bed myself. The Duke then played the role of my fiance and carried me everywhere, lifted me out of the hair and makeup chair, propped me up so that we could take the pictures, and while he looks completely effortless and so romantic, like such a pro for a romance novel cover, I look like such an amateur, but at least you can't see the tears that I cried. I drove myself straight to the urgent care after that, and the doctor told me to never deadlift again, and yeah. I'm gonna leave this on the nightstand and see if any of my friends notice that it's me on the cover, because I know that if they do, they will think it's hilarious. I also got these little lamps. I wanted to go lamp shopping with my mother-in-law because, like me, she likes to go to antique stores and look around for hidden treasure, find something that's unique, but we struck out. Nothing was really speaking to us, but it was still a lot of fun to look. I ended up buying these little lamps as a placeholder for now. They do the trick. One of my top recommendations for keeping guests comfortable is pillow covers. These ones are called Allergies, which is a cute name, like allergies. This cover keeps things like dust mites from getting into your airwaves as you sleep. So I actually use these personally because I'm allergic to dust, but they also just protect your pillow from getting grimy. You just zip this over your normal pillow, and then every time a guest leaves, you can just zip it off, throw it in the wash, so that every guest is kind of having a brand new clean pillow. It's also a smart thing to do for yourself because it keeps your pillows from getting dingy as quickly as they might otherwise, meaning that you don't have to replace the pillow as frequently. So, allergy covers. This blank wall, I wanted to put a mirror shelf, a shelf with a mirror with a shelf, and that is still my plan. However, I failed at finding one. I saw some online. I thought my mother-in-law and I could go shopping and maybe we'd find one in the store and it would be a fun thing to do together. However, there just were not a lot of mirrors in the stores. These home stores, they show you a few things in the store and then they say go online and look, and it's not a fun shopping experience. And then another wrench was thrown into our plans, which is that we have had plans to renovate our house since the day that we bought it or put an offer on it. My mother-in-law is an interior designer. She designs homes, renovations, these sorts of things. While she was here, she gave us so many ideas. She drew so many blueprints, which were amazing. Her ideas are just like blowing my mind. They're so creative and so symmetrical and like harmonizing. The house would just, I can envision it and it would just feel open and beautiful and full of light. So anyway, not sure I want to spend a ton of money on things to hang on the walls right now. We may be changing the window structure here. So I bought this $20 mirror with a shelf on this random website called Kirkland Home. Never heard of it before. Because I do want to have something for guests to be able to use. And this mirror shelf also has little hooks where they could hook a towel or a coat, whatever they want. And it's actually pretty cute. I don't hate it. That is, if the quality is nice. I have no idea because I ordered it online. And I hate ordering things online because you never know what you're gonna get. Anyway, a couple other things that I think are really nice for guests when they come to stay with you are extra linens and extra blankets in a place that's accessible to them, whatever they may need to feel comfortable in the bed. 2 is a fan in case they get hot at night, because I definitely am an overheater at night. I tend to get kind of sweaty if I don't have a cool room available. And last of all is this infrared sauna mat. Basically what it does is it heats your body up in a way that only infrared light can. I don't know how to describe it, but it feels a lot like a warm hug. So hot. This mat is great when you get off an airplane, especially if you had a long flight. My mother-in-law loved it. She used it every single night, and my family always loves to use it when they come. My friends love it. Everyone who's used it loves it. I bought it when I was going through cancer to help with therapy. It's really, really comforting. Highly recommend infrared light. Heat light. Infrared heat. I recommend it if it's available to you. Another thing that I added to the room is this little rattan table. I'll put towels in this nice curved rack on the bottom, and then on top I'll put extra soap, washcloths, maybe an extra toothbrush, so that as soon as they arrive, they have access to anything they may need to feel comfortable right away, and they don't have to go searching the bathroom or searching the house to find these things. For my mother-in-law's stay, I also bought her a little gift. I framed one of our engagement photos, which she can take back to Greece with her. It won't take up too much room in her suitcase. It's just a picture frame, but I think it will be a really nice welcome gift for her. So I also put that up here, along with a bottle of specialty shampoo that she uses and requested that we have on hand. I also am going to be leaving out slippers. I started this tradition last fall. I had gone to Paris with my fiance and the hotel had given us some like disposable slippers. They're yours to keep, but I didn't use them. So I brought back both of our pairs, and then my brother and sister-in-law came to visit with their baby, and I thought it would be really nice to leave them some slippers. You can get a bunch of these for like $1 each. I think it's just a nice, funny, unnecessary but thoughtful little touch. Like I said, it's the little things. I will tuck these next to the bed for them when they wake up on either side of the bed. I think it's cute. Anyway, that's pretty much the guest room. I don't really have anything else to say. Welcome to our tiny bathroom. This is our guest bathroom. It is very small. There's a bathtub shower, a toilet, a strange little storage cabinet, and a mirror cabinet, along with a sink. And the sink has no vanity attached to it, so there's no place to put anything except maybe your contacts. This storage cabinet right outside is where we keep our towels. We also keep things like toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, anything that a guest may need. It's here for them, and we make sure that they know that they're welcome to grab anything at any time. It's also where we keep extra toilet paper, but we actually need to restock. So mental note, I need to get more toilet paper. My fiance loves to use this bathroom. God bless him, I don't know why. And he puts a lot of his stuff in the cabinets. Actually, both cabinets are full of his things, even though he has room in the master bathroom. I don't understand him, but I let him do his thing. However, with guests coming, we really need to give them one of these cabinets, and I think the mirror cabinet makes the most sense. It's the most convenient when you're using the bathroom to brush your teeth, etc. So I measured the space of this strange little storage cabinet and bought these little storage organizers on Amazon to move some of the stuff out of this cabinet into this cabinet, and as a result, our mirror cabinet is empty for guests. Welcome to the bathroom floor. Stool. It's heavy. This is a nice stool. I bought this on Serena and Lily's website, and I bought a little stool because my mother-in-law, when she came, said that it would be really nice to have a small little stool in this small little bathroom just as a place to put stuff. So now we have this little guy to just put whatever you may need to put. So hot. At any given time. Yeah. Alright, so priority number 1 and 2, making sure guests are organized and have a space of their own, and making sure that they are comfortable. Those were kind of combined. Now, priority number 3 for me is having a clean house, a clean and organized house for myself.
The real world.
I think that it's very easy, at least for me, to feel discombobulated when you have extra bodies in the house. And just in general, there's more stuff in the house, more people in the house, things are not going to be as clean as they usually are. I'm trying to make the bed, I don't know what I'm doing, I just keep touching things. Here's the deal. Pretty much my entire life, I dreamed of being a host. I don't know what people think about that, but this was kind of my end goal in life. I wanted to be somebody who opened her home and made people smile. That's literally been my biggest dream. And now that my fiance and I have this home and we have the space to really host people, I feel like I have arrived. It just feels so special, and like this year is just so full of love, and I just feel so thankful for that. It means a lot to me. All that to say, I want to be a great host, and I really want to be intentional with how I show up for my guests. In order to show up my best, I need to feel organized, because when you have guests come, things naturally feel very disorganized. The less stuff that's in my house, the less stuff that's in my brain, the more present and not annoyed I am with the people who are around me. I had a goal at the beginning of this year, before my mother-in-law came, to completely declutter the house and just get rid of a lot of stuff. I went through my closet, and then I went through every other drawer and closet in this entire house, got rid of so much stuff, donated stuff, set stuff aside to sell on Poshmark, like whatever, and every single closet, every single drawer, every single filing folder, cabinet, everything has been cleared of anything that doesn't need to be there. So it's just the things that need to be there, and they're in a space that makes sense to me, that I know I'll be able to find them when I need them. So that is priority number 3. Clean and organize your house. Life is so good. Life is so good in a clean house. And being able to invite guests into a house that makes you feel good already just sets the right mood and gives the right first impression. Everybody's happy, everybody's at peace, and everybody can just enjoy themselves. I am so excited for my friend to come. 3 days! 3 days. Holy moly, I am so hungry. Alright, I'm gonna make a smoothie per usual. I am on a dairy cleanse because I really want to get my allergies under control, and I know that dairy can be pretty inflammatory. And I must say, it's working pretty well. It's still early. It's probably about 30 days in now. Which means I won't be using whey protein, which is what I usually do. I love whey protein, but it's all good. We'll survive. I will use collagen peptides instead. These are tasteless, and they are gluten-free and dairy-free, and it's just pure protein. 18 grams with 2 scoops, so pretty good. Man, I really need to go grocery shopping. Well, I don't have anything green except for these frozen peas, so frozen peas it is. More protein. This is going to be a very protein-packed smoothie. Desperate times. Normally I would put peanut butter, but I think that would be a really weird combination with the peas, so I'm going to skip that and add some chia seeds for a healthy fat and a banana for creaminess, and also maybe it'll cover up the pea flavor. Forgot water. Duh. It's pretty thick. It's so thick, I think I need a spoon. I don't think I can. I need a spoon. It's okay. I definitely wouldn't blog about it. Like, if I had a recipe blog, this would not go anywhere near it. Oh, it really tastes like peas, but they're good for you, so. All right, onwards. When guests are here, I like to make sure that I cook the first meal. As soon as they arrive, there's a home-cooked meal. And depending on what time of day they arrive, I cook accordingly. I try to keep things light and fresh so that, you know, sometimes after a plane ride you feel kind of funky. They feel, you know, supported, that I'm not giving them something that's super heavy. And I also just try to make sure that there's enough protein and fat that if it's nighttime, they can sleep through the night, or if it's the morning, they have enough energy to get through the day. Light, but balanced. I'm carrying this grocery bag for a reason. It's not random. It's a little random. Another thing to get organized before your guests arrive are your groceries. This is my Wild Pastures freezer bag, and this is how I get my meat delivered to me. Somebody comes in the middle of the night and they fill this little freezer bag with, well, I'll show you. Meat. Like this guy. And again, I'm really running low on food and groceries, but they fill it with stuff like this. I'm very serious about my food labels, so my meat needs to be 100% grass-fed, organic, pastured. These labels are very important to me. It does make the food a little bit more expensive, but it's so important for your health long term. Anyway, I usually go to Whole Foods. It doesn't taste amazing, but it's fine. I ordered this, and that is why I know that Whole Foods doesn't taste amazing. I always thought it was good. Then I tried the Wild Pastures meat and my mind was kind of blown. It's so much better. It's so much better. And yeah, I really can't recommend it enough. This is not an ad. I mean, I wish it was. I wish they were paying me to tell you this. Yeah, that's coming in the next 2 days. So before my friend comes, I should have more chicken, more beef, more steak, more everything. The other thing that I do is a farm box. I think it's called the company like Farm Box. Regardless, they deliver a box of groceries to me every other week, and I get to customize it online, so I get to pick all the produce I want, and everything is local and organic, so it was grown in California, and it comes like with dirt on it. Like, it's legit. They pull it out of the ground and they give it to you. So yeah, that's what I do. That is also coming this week, so my fridge should be full again. And both of these services are savings. I couldn't believe it, but I did the math because I'm a nerd. I save money. That's my 2 cents on that. Yum.
It's that full circle, new wave, energy on a Tuesday.
Now that most of my priorities are completed, I have the guest room organized and ready, the guest bathroom organized and ready, the house is clean. I did everything I can to make sure that my guests have a really good experience. Now it's time for me to kind of clean and organize myself. Before my mother-in-law came, I didn't have much time to do this. I really needed to get a haircut. My bangs were like down to my nose. Couldn't see anything. I needed to go to the dentist. I needed to go to my orthodontist because I'm doing Invisalign and I'm near the end. At the end of the day, I didn't get to a ton of the stuff I needed to do for myself. I focused on getting some personal errands done, some post-Christmas errands, and then also hitting the gym because as somebody who's struggled with a lot of chronic illnesses throughout my life and has gone through a long healing process, I know my body very intimately, and I know that I have to work out on a regular basis to feel my best. And if I go too long without sticking to a workout routine, I will start to pay the price and I won't be as energetic, I'll get sick more often, I just won't feel very good. So I made sure that I fit in exercise before my mother-in-law arrived, and that made such a difference. As soon as my exercise class was done, I felt so energetic and so excited for her to come and stay with us. I then continued with the gym during her stay, and it became this thing that I did for myself that kept me tethered to my normal routine. Nothing else was really normal about my month with my mother-in-law in regards to my usual routine, but the gym was the one thing that kept me sort of grounded. So anyway, my gym was doing this special New Year's fitness challenge for January, and I'm almost done. I'm at the end, and yay, I went to work out this many times while my mother-in-law was here, which is, it felt good. I'm really excited. My mother-in-law's trip was honestly like, it was so special. I don't even understand it, but I love my fiance even more now that I've got to know his mom. I don't know how that makes sense. I just know that it's true. And I truly think that her stay with us is gonna be a memory that I treasure for the rest of my life. And the cherry on top was that she had such a good time. I mean, you could see it on her face, but she even told us she's definitely gonna come back. And that makes me really, really happy too. So that was a huge success, and now I get to do it all over again with one of my best friends from childhood. I'm so happy to finally have our house ready for it, and I hope that some of the tips I shared along the way help inspire you to get your space, whatever your space looks like, ready for guests and to start inviting people. Because the thing is, if you make the space available for people, you will fill that space. If you don't have the space, it's just how our brains work. Subconsciously, you're not gonna feel like you should invite people and you're not gonna think of it. But as soon as you make that space and you buy the air mattress or you set up the guest bathroom or whatever it is for you, as soon as you do that, you'll be more intentional. That's just human psychology, man. Make the space and it will be filled. That's everything I have to say. You're so lovely for tuning into this video. Let me know if you have any tips that I didn't include. I would love to hear them because I love hosting and I want to keep improving. It's crazy that I'm posting stuff on YouTube. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep doing it. So if you like this video, subscribe. I don't know, search me again in the future if you're iffy about subscribing. Thank you.
Do your worst, Professor. Her lips carved into a wide and delighted smile, a hint of mischief dancing in her eyes.
Wonder if all my bad decisions get accounted in the algorithms. No statistician could dissuade me from my bigger vision. I know my occupation's quite an unlikely place in this world to occupy and talk about upon a daily basis.